Give a warm welcome to James, Dan, and Jackie.
Thank you very much. We're going to do 3 songs tonight. I'm going to try not to mess around in between so I can get them all in. This is a sort of a tribute to my uncle Harry Connick Sr., who lives in New Orleans and in 2 days turned 96 years old. And I lost my father when I was very young, and I lost my adoptive father not too long after that. And Uncle Harry took good care of me along with my late aunt, Babe. And you know, if I had a third dad, it would have been him. Okay, so we're going to start with Mr. Bojangles, and then we're going to do St. James Infirmary Blues, and then Jack and I together are going to finish with Twilight Time. So here we go, in C, gentlemen. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you in worn-out shoes, silver hair and ragged shirt and baggy pants. He did the old soft shoe. He jumped so high, he jumped so high. Then he lightly touched down. Mr. Bojangles, oh Mr. Bojangles, oh Mr. Bojangles, dance. I met him in a cell in New Orleans. I was down and out. He looked at me to be the eyes of age, and he spoke right out. He talked of life, he talked of life, and he slapped his leg instead. Oh, Mr. Bojangles, oh, Mr. Bojangles, oh, Mr. Bojangles, dance. Said the name Bojangles and he danced a lick across the cell. He grabbed his pants, a better stance, and he jumped so high. He clicked his heels. He let go a laugh. He let go a laugh. Shook back his clothes all around. Said I'd dance for those in minstrel shows and county fairs throughout the South. He talked of years and 15 years of his dog and him. Traveled about. His dog up and died. He up and died. After 20 years he still grieves. He said I'd dance now at every chance in honky-tonks for drinks and tips. Most of the time I spend behind these county bars, 'cause I drinks a bit. He shook his head, he shook his head. I heard someone asking please. Oh, Mr. Bojangles, oh, Mr. Bojangles, oh, Mr. Bojangles, dance. I knew a man Bojangles and he danced for you. Real quickly, Studio A Record Store was where my aunt and uncle had their business, and I would work there after high school. Right next to it, in that little shotgun arcade, was a barber shop, and there was a gentleman there. They call him a shoeshine boy, but he was a man. And I think he made more money on tips dancing than he did signing shoes. And I had the honor of putting the 45s on the stack that he would dance to. And every time I hear that song, I think him. Okay, here we go with St. James Infirmary Blues. I'll kick it off, gentlemen. I went down to Old Joe's barroom at the corner by the square. They were serving the drinks as usual, and the usual crowd was there. I said I'd been to St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there. She was stretched out on a long white table, so cool, so young, so fair. Go, Jack. Let her go, may God bless her. Wherever she may be, she can search this big world over, and she'll never find a sweet man like me. Now when I die, I want you to bury me in a box back suit, silk tie, and Stetson hat. Hang the $20 gold piece on my watch chain, so the boys know I died standing pat. Listen to James. I want 6 crap shooting ball bearers, 3 pretty women to sing my song, stick a jazz band up on the tailgate, raise hell as we stroll along. I'll ride in a long black wagon, you can follow in a rubber-tired hack. There'd be 99 going to the graveyard, only 98 coming back. Let me play one for you. Cocaine is bad for horses. They say it's worse for men. The doctor said it's gonna knock me dead. He just never would say when. Oh, now you heard my story. Pour me another shot of booze, and if anyone asks you, just tell them I got the St. James Infirmary blues. Yes, if anyone asks, you can tell them I got the St. James Infirmary.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we're going to do one by the Platters. Ruth and I were honored to live in the same town that two of the Platters lived in, and Ruth worked in the other town that the other two lived in Westboro, Massachusetts, and Framingham, Massachusetts. They were the greatest, and the song comes from right around the time I lived in New Orleans with my aunt and uncle. It's Twilight Time in F. Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time. Deep in the dark your voice is calling. It's twilight time. When purple-colored curtains cloak the end of day, I hear you, my dear, at twilight time. Darkening shadows grow in splendor as day is done. Fingers of night will soon surrender the setting sun. I count the minutes, darling, till you're here with me, together again at twilight time. Here in the afterglow of day, we keep our rendezvous beneath the blue. Here in that sweet old-fashioned way, I fall in love again as I did then. Deep in the dark your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. I pray for evening, darling, just to be with you, together again at twilight time. Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time. Deep out of the mist your voice is calling. It's twilight time. When purple-colored curtains mark the end of day, I hear you, my dear, at twilight time. Heavenly shadows grow in splendor as day is done. Fingers of night will soon surrender the setting sun. I count the moments, darling, till you're here with me, together again at twilight time. Here in the afterglow of day, we keep our rendezvous beneath the blue. Here in that sweet old-fashioned way, I fall in love again as I did then. Your kiss will thrill me like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams untold. I pray for evening, darling, just to be with you, together at last at twilight time, together at last at twilight time. Thank you all very much, and happy birthday, Uncle Harry.
Hey, Uncle Harry!
Sarah Jane is going to be next and last, and she's doing me an honor. I've been working on an autobiography, and I took a little excerpt from it that I think is funny. And by the way, my wife Ruth doesn't think it's funny, but Sarah Jane edited it a bit, and she's going to read it to you.